All right, guys, what's going on? Hope you had a good week, or it ain't over yet. We're just halfway through the weekend. Anyway, hope you're having a good weekend. Uh, Back again talking about the Summer Wells case and just some stuff that's on my mind. Just another video about what's on my mind in the Summer Wells case. And by the way, got a little visitor here for you guys. There's Cinnamon. Cinnamon? Say hi to everybody. Say, yeah, it's my baby. It's my baby girl. Say, yeah. So now I'm semi-YouTube famous. Yeah. Anyway, it's our little rescue dog. I don't think I've ever showed her to you guys. But anyway, that's Cinnamon. Oh. So, so I was watching some stuff on, Jaden Spicer. I didn't really cover it, but I was watching some stuff on Jaden Spicer after he was found and his mom got arrested. Just some similarities between her and Candace Bly in the Summer Wells case. I still, my main focus, now other people may talk about, other YouTubers may talk about other people, but for right now, I have to, just because police said that, Candace and Dawn and Candace are no longer cooperating, and the circumstances behind she went missing while she was there under the watch of her mother and grandmother, basically. You actually had two adults there, and she still went missing, right? Now, we'll leave their adulting skills up for, debate, but, you had two adults. You had mom and grandma there when she went missing. But I just want to talk about the similarities between Jaden Spicer's mom and Candace Bly. Jaden Spicer's mom had a criminal history, criminal record. Candace Bly's got a criminal record. There are a couple YouTube videos that shows her mugshot, her various mugshots. She about went to jail for threatening to blow up Walmart and all that stuff. So, but yeah, there's a similarity there. And the other similarity is, now you guys may have to go back and think on this. Remember when the news was up there interviewing Candace because Ronnie Lawson said that they were no longer cooperating, and it really struck a nerve with, Candace and Candace. Anyway, Candace did go on camera and do an interview with them, but that was about the time that Candace kind of shut down on everything. And remember, she wrote that letter. She wrote on Ansley Daniels' notebook that she had with her. Most reporters carry like a little notebook that they have to, jot notes down and everything about a story. But anyway, Candace said, "I'll give you a statement, but I'll write it down." She wouldn't go on camera, and that's about the time when she basically shut down and would not go on camera no more. She started, she walked off on Dr. Phil. Well, actually, the Dr. Phil stuff is when she started shutting down. And I think after Dr. Phil, she just completely shut down, and we've not heard her talk about the case, Summer, or anything since then. And she won't. She will not, for some reason, she will not go on camera and talk about the case or Summer. And, but I think it's another coincidence that Candace wrote that letter, and Jaden Spicer's mom wrote a letter. I think it's kind of, it's, in my opinion, this is just all my opinion and what's going through my head about the case and all that stuff. But I just think it's kind of odd, maybe coincidence, maybe not, but it's a weird coincidence that both of them wrote letters. And, now Jaden Spicer was found in a shallow grave buried by his mom, right? And in my opinion, I think Summer Wells is in the same situation. And speaking of that, that's the reason why I think Summer Wells is in a shallow grave somewhere. Is Candace said that they were, transplanting flowers, which in my opinion, that's just an excuse as to why there would possibly be dirt under her fingernails or remnants of dirt on her hands or on her body. She also said that she done some clothes. Was she trying to maybe, get rid of evidence? Who knows? But I think, in my opinion, this just my thoughts, what I think. I think Summer Wells is out there in Beech Creek, buried in a shallow grave somewhere. That's just my opinion, guys. But man, that and the age progressed photo that they just put out, that really struck a lot of people. And here it is 4 years later. People are like, is she alive or is she dead? Right? Slim chance that she's alive. And it just, I think what it does is emotionally it kind of hurts people, because they're like, you kind of see maybe what she sort of looked like. And I'm not here to debate, whether that age progressed photo looked like her or not. But, it kind of gives you an idea, sort of, maybe what she'd kind of look like 4 years later. But again, in my opinion, with just comparing it to like Jaden Spicer's mom, they both have criminal records. They both done some weird, letter note thing. She done that. Jaden Spicer's mom done that, knowing people were looking for Jaden. She done that, knowing what she done to Jaden, right? Are we looking at the same thing in the Summer Wells case? When Summer Wells wrote that note to Ansley Daniels saying that, she's never stopped cooperating with the police and yada yada this and yada yada that. If Candace is responsible, did she write that knowing what she may have done to Summer? I mean, this is just, like I said, guys, it's just all, speculation, what's going on, in my head with the Summer Wells case, what my thoughts are, and watching some of the Jaden Spicer videos after they found his body, and I guess his mom confessed. They broke her down. Is that maybe why Candace is not giving police a chance to break her down? Is that what's going on? I mean, she's definitely, in my opinion, definitely taking advantage of that. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you can and say will be held against you in a court of law. She's definitely taking advantage of that, in my opinion. Candace Bly is. So, let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think. Pretty deep thought. Sorry I ain't been on in a while. Been busy. Been doing some projects and family. I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers that get on here every day. I mean, I was doing it there for a while, but we've got, I've got some projects. I just got a family. A lot of these YouTubers don't have to juggle stuff and family and YouTube. Some can do it. Some have the ability to do it, but it's a challenge, guys. It is definitely a challenge to maintain a YouTube channel and be involved full time with your family and do other stuff, and that's got to be done and all that stuff. But but anyway, that's what's on my mind in the Summer Wells case. Let me know what you think. Do you think I'm onto something? Oh, another thing I was wanting to talk about before I forget. Remember when Dawn and Candace come walking out of the woods? Do y'all remember people saying that they seen Dawn and Candace coming out of the woods, I think either on Fields Road or Light Hollow Road? It was on one of them roads. Anyway, someone said, I think it was raining, and it may have been at night, that they seen Dawn and Candace coming out of the woods. Do you guys remember that? It was way, way back, and nobody, it just seems like it's gotten, down at the bottom of the pile of the paperwork, and nobody's talking about it no more. Nobody remembers it, I guess. But, And it just struck me today, just out of the blue. I thought, wait a minute. Whatever happened to that? Why ain't nobody talking about that? You know, that could be, I mean, could Summer be in the woods where they seen Dawn and Candace coming out? You know? I know that that second search TBI done, they were down on, I believe it was Fields Road and Bell Road, doing a search down there along a bridge and a creek and stuff like that. But if it is true that someone seen Dawn and Candace coming out of the woods one evening while it was raining or something like that, could Summer Wells be in the wood line right there, in the woods somewhere right there? I don't know where they said they seen them. I don't know if they seen them coming out of the woods on Bell Road. I don't know if they seen them coming out of the woods on White Hollow. I just remember vaguely that being talked about by them. Someone seen them coming out of the woods one evening after Summer went missing, and then it just disappeared. Everybody just quit talking about it really quickly and started talking about other things, and and it just disappeared. So for you guys that have followed the case from the beginning, do you remember that? And do you remember what road it was on that they were coming out of the woods on? I mean, because could Summer Wells be in those woods? It's very, very interesting. Be interesting to, I don't know if that's on someone's private property. It probably is. Everybody owns just about every inch of property in Beech Creek. None of it's like just vacant land, that nobody owns. So more likely it is private, and that would be a good place to maybe take a dog. Hint, hint. And maybe search in the woods right there. Who knows? But yeah, that spot would be like if we can find out where Dawn and Candace came out of the woods on that rainy night, that would be a perfect place to take a dog. Hint, hint, and do some searching. Be pretty cool. Pretty cool in my opinion. So let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think. Again, that's what's on my mind in the Summer Wells case today. Again, sorry I hadn't been on YouTube in a few days. Just had some side projects been doing and dealing with the family. Just doing some family stuff. So other than that, guys, appreciate you for supporting the channel. Appreciate you for listening to me get on here and rant all the time about the Summer Wells case. And other than that, I'll see you on the next video.